Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is part 4 on this series on straightening this door. So I want to talk about a couple things before I get started with the next step of this project. And that is, I want to know what you viewers actually want to see. Is this something that interests people? Because it's not the most interesting thing to sit there and watch, is somebody sitting there straightening on a door. And like I said, I've been trying to keep track of hours, and right now it's about 2.5 hours in it. And I'm trying to show everything that goes into something like this. And I edit stuff out, but I don't edit anything out that I haven't already shown. So there's nothing magical going on here that I don't show you. But usually you can't show an hour straight of somebody picking and hammering and prying and stuff like that. So it gets edited down. But everything you see me do is just a little shortened version of it. But what I want to know is it interesting enough? Are you learning something from it? And that's the point of my whole channel, is to try and teach stuff out there. You know, teach stuff that's either not being taught anywhere else, or maybe some misinformation out there. But what I see on YouTube, and I'll watch time to time some other channels, or just kind of go through to see what else is out there, and I'll see something, a body repair on a panel similar to this, and they'll hammer it on it a couple times, put some Bondo in there, sand it down, next thing you know it's painted. And I don't think that anybody's really learning anything out of it. It looks good on video, and a lot of those channels, I mean, they'll get thousands of views on stuff like that, but I take a little different approach, and I just want to show what it takes to, you know, to do stuff like this. So anyway, send me some comments, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. If you like the videos, it only takes a couple seconds, give me a thumbs up. That helps YouTube to promote my videos and my channel a lot more. So that's about all I wanted to talk about right now. The next thing I'm going to show you is the progress we've got on this door and what's going to come next. Okay, I think it's showing up okay on here. I'm getting a reflection of the overhead light that's coming right across through here. And you can see what I talked about before. There's an eyebrow in here. We've still got a low spot in here. So this is what I'm going to work on in this video, is getting all this evened up. And if you've watched my videos before, I've always talked about not trying to get one specific area at 100% until you've gone through everything. It's still a little bit low in here, little high in here because this was stretched so bad. So it's going to come up a little bit more, but I'm not too concerned about that until I continue on and get everything roughed out where it's real close, because like I've said, if you bring one part up, another part will drop. So I'm not going to get this perfect while this is still low. So once I work on this eyebrow and this low spot, then I'll come back over and we'll work on some of this stuff a little bit better, fine tune everything. And from there, we'll be ready to run a DA over it and see what it looks like. So let's get started working on this low spot and this eyebrow. All right, to start on this, I'm going to take my long pick, go through this side hole in the door where the latch goes, and I can start bringing this up little at a time and work my way all the way up to here. Once I get a little bit closer to here, then I'll do a little tapping on that eyebrow. But for right now, I think I can just move it with the pick without doing any hammering. And in this area, I don't want to push up so much that I crack the paint. Instead of a few sharp picks, I just want to do a series of small ones. And I can watch my progress by seeing the little dimples, but I don't want to crack the paint. I want to keep the factory finish intact if I can, or as much as I can. and it's actually coming out pretty nice. Like they always say, slow and steady wins the race. Although it's not a race, I want to go slow and steady so I can control my work instead of getting in a hurry, causing more damage that's going to take me longer to correct. So it's surprising if you want to spend, say, maybe an extra hour just fine-tuning stuff and taking it easy, you can save yourself several hours at the end of the project trying to fix stuff that wasn't there to begin with, or extra bondo work that you shouldn't have needed to done anyway. I don't know how much is showing up on the video, but most of this looks about where I need it. Low spot right here. This eyebrow is still here yet, but it also put another little low spot here, and I think once I pick this up and hammer this down, that should even out. Okay, now the pick is bringing it up, but it doesn't want to stay, so I'm going to relieve some of that tension in that eyebrow. I use a lighter hammer. And if you've watched my video on spoons, I talked about using the light spoon for working some of these areas down, these high spots. I don't think I'll use it here. There's a stiffener that comes right through here that they put foam in, and I would have to try and put quite a bit of pressure to do anything with that. I'll have better luck just using the pick in the low spot and tapping this down a little at a time. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my dolly, and from underneath I'm just going to try and push right on that area and then tap. That way I get a little bit more pressure evened out as opposed to using the pick that's confined to just one little spot. Okay, you can hear that's where the dolly is there. It's not quite as close as I'd like it. Maybe I can turn it. I've got that stiffener that's kind of in my way. There we go. I'm using the end of it. And that's actually going to fit in there pretty nice. I can see it's still got a low spot up here. Let's see what I can do with that. You can hear the dolly right there. All right, everything's about 95, maybe 98% of where I want it. The only issue I see, I've got a small low spot right here. This is where it was stretched the most. That's where most of the impact was. So, and if you look at this, I don't know if you can see in there, I mean, it's literally 20, 30 thousandths, maybe a little more. You can feel it, but it doesn't really show up much. If I would, and the oil can is out of it. It doesn't oil can now. If I would to try and just pick that up a little bit more, I think what's going to happen, it's going to come up and I'm going to have a high spot right here on the edge where I don't have room to blend it in. So this is a case where you're better just leaving that alone. It's minimal. It's only about a 2-inch circle. And like I said, that's what we got right there. That is very slight. It's a little high right here. I may try and move it a little bit, but this is a place where you have to know when to quit. And as bad as this door was caved in and stretched, I'm almost 100% satisfied with that. I may work just on a little bit here without going overboard. All right, that'll do it for this video. The next one will be getting everything ready for our first coat of filler. So we've made a lot of progress in these last few videos, and I think I've only got probably about 3.5 to 4 hours time in it right now, if that, and one more step and then we'll be ready for Bondo. So thanks for watching, and remember, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. See you next time.